Hey everyone, Leslie Hassler, Your Biz Rules Business Coaching. We're coaching from the Carpool. Got a shadier spot today. Some days that sun comes in the car and woof, it is blinding. So I hope you're doing well. You know, this week we're talking about really one of the things most entrepreneurs struggle with, and that's being tired, being worn out, being burned out, being exhausted. And there's lots of reasons that we get into that state, but there's also a lot of things that we can do on a daily basis, on a weekly, on a monthly basis to be able to kind of offset that. It's not surprising to me if that's how you feel out. I think it's perfectly normal. It really starts to be one of those skills that you develop as you realize that you're in a long distance marathon, not a sprint, and you've got to manage your energy levels and your tiredness in order to be in business for the long haul. So today, I kind of almost entitled it, I Get By with a Little Help from My Friends. You know, who you surround yourself with is so key. It is actually, you will have people that drain you and people that fill you. And I think as an entrepreneur, I know especially for women entrepreneurs, you feel like you have to defend yourself a lot. You feel like you have to convince other people a lot. You feel like you've got to justify what you're doing or explain, or, you know, there's never just like, oh yeah, you're good, just go kind of a thing. There's always someone somewhere in your life that is challenging you. And that can get really exhausting, especially when it's in a day in and day out type of situation. You know, sometimes we can remove those people. Sometimes we can't. Sometimes they're family and we've married them for better or for worse, or they're your father or something. You know, there's some relation that it's not exactly like you can or even want to maybe cut them out of your life. So how do you manage these things? You know, I've been talking about the Your Biz Rules Mastermind, mentioning it a couple times on Coaching for the Carpool, but this is one of the things that masterminds are actually really good at. And the reason why is because masterminds really are comprised, a mastermind, let me put this way, a mastermind where there has been intention to bring together the right people, not just everybody, but the right people into a small group situation to where people either have similar goals, they're trying to accomplish similar things, or there's some commonalities. It doesn't mean that everybody has to be the same. In fact, I do like that our mastermind is diverse enough that we're getting a variety of opinions. We're not, you know, just going with the group think. We're actually getting a variety of opinions. And here's what even my clients that are in the mastermind will talk about is that they love the mastermind. They look forward to coming to it once a month. We meet for 4 hours, guys. And if you think about drive time, I do have somebody that actually has a longer drive time. But if you think about drive time, people are committing 5 hours out of their very busy businesses to come to a mastermind. And, you know, I know achieving is kind of helpful to get people to keep coming. Like, I know this as a business coach, but it's not what gets people to come. It's really quite interesting. It's how they feel when they leave, right? That re-energizing that they get, the feeding in, as well as getting to feed into others. I think that's one cool thing about a mastermind, especially one that's has a variety, is that you get to feed into other people. And for some people, that feeds your love language. I'm a service gal. That's one of my love languages, right? For a lot of people, especially women, feeding into others actually lifts you up. And then when you have people where you don't have to explain your brand of crazy, right? I say a lot that in order to be in business, you got to be a little crazy. Well, if you don't have to explain that brand of crazy to somebody, it's actually really refreshing. Okay, not everybody gets what it's like to be in business, and not everybody's going to get what it's like to be in business. I love my husband to death. The man he's not a business owner. That's just not who he is. He's talented at what he does, but he's not that brand of crazy. And that's okay. So that's what I think like sometimes a mastermind can do, is give you camaraderie with people that understand your brand of crazy and who may not always agree with you, may challenge your ideas, but has your back because you're trying to do something like they're trying to do. And there's something to be said for, you know, having that in your environment. Now, you can join a mastermind. You want to join mine, let me know. I'll chat with you about it, see if it's a good fit. You can create this in and of yourself, right? You can create it. You can, you do have to do your own curation, right? You do have to make sure you understand who people really are, because people are sometimes a little different when you get them behind closed doors, to make sure that you've got the right people in the room that have positive mental attitudes, that are going places, that are going to do things that aren't excuse laden. Not that we don't all make our own excuses, but when that's the only thing that comes out of their mouth, that's a bit negative. So you don't want that in your environment. But you can create these environments where you can get refueled. You can get re-energized. And it has to be, honestly, guys, it has to be a positive give and take situation. Never will it ever be even. But you've got to be able to get as much as you give in order for you to feel good, and that it's not just a waste of your time. So if tired is really, or burned out, or overwhelmed, I hate that word, you know, worn out, you know, is really a part of your entrepreneurial journey. Take a look at how you're feeding yourself from a, you know, just kind of an energetic standpoint. I will say there's an interesting thing that happens because most people don't get our brand of crazy, and that's okay. You do get yourself finding you've got to A, over-explain, and B, defend a lot of your thinking or your risk-taking. Being in business is a risk every day. There comes a point in time, especially if you get points to where maybe you're not succeeding as well as you want to succeed. This happens to people all throughout their entrepreneurial journeys. It happens to me some days more than I'd like. But you start to doubt yourself, right? You really start to have that seed of doubt of, am I capable of doing this? Do I even know what I should be doing? Who am I? All these things start to kind of build when you've been at that too long. And that's the same thing that a mastermind, or, you know, a good group of people can do, is help build back your confidence. I will say, you know, my clients come in looking for results, looking for growth. But when they go out, it's so interesting. It's not what they're talking about. I mean, yeah, the growth is good, but really what they're talking about is peace of mind, feeling good, confidence that they got this. You know, all of the, or not just confidence that they got it, but confidence that when a problem pops up, they know how to handle it. So those are those kinds of things that are kind of the internal benefits of actually being in a mastermind or doing business coaching. But you can create these types of things. So if you find maybe you're not tired, maybe you're not burned out, but maybe your confidence is waning, maybe that's a good indicator that burnout is on its way, and you might need to be putting in things that fuel your energy and fuel who you are. So that's today's coaching from the Carpool. I'd love to hear what you think about it. I mean, how often do you feel tired? What are you doing to actually re-energize yourself, re-motivate yourself? You know, who do you turn to be able to pick up the pieces and keep on going the next day? You know, let me know. If you know somebody that really needs to hear today's message, share it with them. Share it with them. Obviously, I love that, but do a pay it forward type of a thing, and maybe this will shift something in their own mindset, in their own thinking, and how they're viewing their situation that will help get them back on the right track. So I hope you enjoyed it today. If you have any questions, let me know what they are. We are back to the business page. I'm not going to change it again, I promise, but that's okay. I'm experimenting just as much as everybody else is out here on Facebook. But join us most days, Monday through Friday, 2:30, between 2:30 and 3, when I hit the carpool, to be able to pick up my kids, take a break from the busy business day, and get to visit a bit with you. So until then, guys, this is Leslie Hassler with your Biz Rules Business Coaching, and we're coaching from the Carpool.